I'm delighted to welcome you to another edition of NAFDAC and Your Health, where you get to know about the activities of NAFDAC at safeguarding the health of the nation. I am your host, Amanda Ugo. On this edition of NAFDAC and Your Health, our first feature will be highlights from the commemoration of the World Drug Day for the year 2024, which took place at the NAFDAC office complex, Isolo, Lagos recently. And then we'll move on to bring you how things went at the first meeting of the National Fortification Alliance for the year 2024, where members of the alliance and stakeholders assembled to deliberate on ways to ensure improved fortification of food. Curtailing drug abuse is major out of the activities of NAFDAC in safeguarding the health of Nigerians because of the great dangers drug abuse poses to the individuals who engage in the bad habits and indeed the society at large. Apart from taking far-reaching steps to nab the peddlers of drugs and controlling the abuse, the agency also employs diverse strategies to enlighten and educate the populace on the risks of drug abuse.
Abuse of medicines is when you have tranquilizers, antipsychotic medicines that will work on the central nervous system that can easily affect the brain. That usually will lead to addiction or dependency. And once there is dependency and addiction, that is a slippery slope to altered mind state, to temporary insanity, or to permanent insanity, and to death. It can cause disruption, of course, in the family. It can cause job loss. When you look at drug abuse, it is lose, lose, lose. There is no win, win, win. On the short run, somebody that is abusing drug may feel high and on top of the world, but that is a lie. That is illusion or the bad part of drug substance that is abused, because that drug hooks the person and wants more and wants more and wants more until the person is completely controlled by the drug and possibly get destroyed socially, mentally, everything, so drug abuse is something we have to take very seriously. If you feel down as a young person, do not think that using drug is going to lift you up. Of course, if it is a clinical issue, the doctor can order some medicine, but it will be for a period. It's not going to be day in, day out, day in, day out. Discussing with friends or having somebody that you can confide in is going to be very important. Don't think that the drug can take you out of a bad state, or low, down feeling or whatever. Talk to parents. If you cannot talk to your parents, then talk to your friends, because there is no winning side of drug abuse. Parents also have to talk with their children. Don't think that your child that is locked himself up in his room or her room is just studying or reading or whatever. Check on them. Talk to them. Let it be known that something that is called drug that can alter mind can lead to death, can lead to wiping the future of a young person.
One of the diverse ways through which NAFDAC advances the campaign and efforts to combat drug abuse is by joining the rest of the world to commemorate the National Day for Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, otherwise known as the World Drug Day. Series of activities are usually organized to mark the World Drug Day, which is usually a week long, culminating in the grand finale on the actual day. NAFDAC, in its usual manner, commemorated the 2024 World Drug Day at the agency's Lagos office. The gathering was basically to talk about the dangers of drug abuse and illicit trafficking of drugs. While delivering her welcome address at the event themed Invest in Prevention, the Director, Narcotics and Controlled Substance Directorate of NAFDAC, who represented the NAFDAC Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, spoke about the significance and aim of the theme of the event, as well as the risk factors of drug abuse.
It gives us the opportunity to explore better methods of tackling the drug problem in our communities. And of course, we know that there's a lot of discrimination, a lot of stigmatization. And for persons who are already drug users and they want rehabilitation, we also have issues with offering or providing treatment services for them. So on the international level, it has been discovered that if we invest more in prevention initiatives, it gives us better outcomes. So the primary objective of drug prevention is to help people, particularly, but not exclusively young people, to avoid or delay the initiation of the use of drugs, or if they have started already, to avoid developing disorders, for example, dependence. The general aim of drug prevention is broader than this. It is the healthy and safe development of children and youth to realize their talents and potential to become contributing members of their community and society. Therefore, evidence-based prevention programs go beyond just the provision of information, but address risk factors that contribute to drug use. So there are a lot of risk factors. So it's not enough for us to start telling people, say no to drugs, stay away from drugs. But what are the risk factors that affect, that predispose people, especially our youth, to drug abuse? If we are able to address those risk factors, then we'll go a long way to ensure that, we do prevention programs for our communities. So as we join the world to celebrate 2024 World Drug Day, let us raise awareness, advocate for investment in prevention, and encourage greater investment in prevention. Government policies should be evidence-based and grounded in scientific research, being informed by best practices as we engage communities more and empower youth.
Attendees at the event included relevant stakeholders, COP members, and even secondary school students. The General Manager, Paroch Reach Out Foundation, who was one of the resource persons at the event, Mrs. Karom Mokwenye, made a detailed presentation on the role of stakeholders in drugs and substance abuse prevention.
Prevention is a multidisciplinary field devoted to the study of theory, research, practice related to prevention of social, physical, mental health problems, including etiological, epidemiological, and interventions. I would believe that on the statistics of drug and substance abuse, we all would agree that it is a global situation. It is not just a condition that affects us alone in Nigeria. That is to say, to every 100 individuals in Nigeria, over 14 persons out of that 100 are in the use of abused drugs and substance. Globally, we have about 5.5%. That is to every 100, 5 persons in the world. So you can see that in Nigeria, there is a need that we even pay a better attention to this situation.
Mrs. Mokwenye also spoke on the impact of drug abuse on individuals and the society.
It also does not affect individuals, like I say, but also on the society. It poses a healthcare burden. Crime and violence is seen in the increase because, of course, drug and substance abuse and alongside social vices always go hand in hand and go hand in hand. Economic costs, social disruptions, and environmental impacts.
She concluded her presentation by talking about the value of prevention. She also mentioned possible challenges and gave recommendations. There was also a drama presentation on the subject of discourse by the NAFDAC Special CDS Group of NYSC.
Are you hearing me? I just want package this in at the freshers party. I asked the day I woke up that day, I was like, what happened to me? I can't remember what happened at the party. So I asked Tosin, like, what did you guys put? So she was telling me that there was one substance that you put that made me, I like that feeling. Like, you guys gave me, like, when I woke up, like, I was feeling stressed. Do you understand? You still, like, hearing me? So please, I want that substance, like, just say it, please. I beg now, please. I talk her. But I don't want to say you're playing. I tell you to say you're playing. What am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? What are you doing with that? What are you doing, my friend? Give me. I don't feel us again, no. 18 carry over as BBK. And you know, say my roots, they help me with my academics. God, they give them drugs. Not give them again. 18 carry over. 20 for swine. And never soon, I didn't give us.
And those who are not involved themselves. The second is to create a counseling in each department. You are free to talk, communicate openly, freely. Meet our counselors. They are there for you.
You have been watching NAFDAC and Your Health. The program continues shortly. Welcome back. You are still tuned to NAFDAC and Your Health. NAFDAC has consistently collaborated with and extended hands of fellowship to relevant bodies as long as the step will be in the direction of actualizing its mandate of ensuring the safety and well-being of the Nigerian people. The agency is in alliance with associations that share common interests and aim at achieving common goals, such as the agency's membership of the National Fortification Alliance. The association comprises stakeholders in the food regulatory industry as well as major stakeholders in the food manufacturing industry like flour millers, vegetable oil producers, salt manufacturers, sugar manufacturers, premix producers, professional bodies, relevant research institutes, the media, the academia, consultants as government ministries, departments, and agencies. The National Fortification Alliance holds its meeting twice a year, and the first meeting in the year 2024 was held in Lagos recently. The gathering was an assemblage of those who play crucial roles in contributing to food fortification goals in Nigeria to improve the situation causing micronutrient deficiency in Nigeria. The director of the Food Safety and Applied Nutrition Directorate of NAFDAC, who is the secretary of the Alliance, Mrs. Eva Edwards, spoke about the significance and purpose of the meeting.
We gather here today as the National Fortification Alliance because of our shared vision and our shared purpose to strengthen our commitments to national food fortification strategies in recognition of the vital role of improving the nutritional status of Nigerians. This meeting presents us yet another opportunity to share knowledge, experience, and receive updates from government, from industry, hear about progress and current challenges in food fortification from the industry perspective, and engage in frank discussions as members of the National Fortification Alliance in the interest of advancing our national food fortification agenda. Through sustained, open, transparent, inclusive, and constructive dialogue, we can continue to foster collaboration and find innovative, implementable solutions to increasing the reach of adequately fortified foods to the Nigerian population. We will also receive progress updates from the country working group on bullion fortification, as well as from large-scale food fortification implementing partners on their work in the space. The reports will serve as valuable resource in our discussions. As the National Fortification Alliance, our charge is to redouble our efforts on the food fortification agenda, amplify our actions to contribute to positively impacting our national nutrition indices. It is important that we spend this time together in productive engagements. Let us seize the opportunity to learn from one another, build, sustain, and strengthen partnerships to continually advance our food fortification agenda. I am confident that this meeting will serve as a further catalyst for transformative change, leveraging on the urgency of now to bring us closer to realizing the vision of a well-nourished Nigeria. On behalf of the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye, and the entire management of NAFDAC.
The chairman of the Alliance, Mr. Fred Chiazor, spoke on the membership and vision of the Alliance.
This is a body that is an alliance. It's not even like it's mandatory, but it's an alliance of people coming together with like minds from all spheres. And I can tell you that I, as the chair, have had NAFDAC sleepless nights spending their own funds to do things, manage the secretariat of this body. Let's give them a round of applause for this. I have also had SON. They are the vice chair. They are the next in line. A lot of things are coming out differently from what you are used to. And the point is, because it's a new dawn and a new realization for us. We're not just meeting again, I repeat, for meeting's sake, but to ensure that what we have as our terms of reference, which is ensuring food fortification for the 4 vehicles already selected mandatorily, for the new one coming up, though voluntary, rice fortification, bullion, and the likes, and where we're headed to, the future. We want to leave this place today with some definite action plans from every one of us.
Reports on the performance and activities of members since the last meeting were also presented. First was the presentation of the performances of the manufacturers with regard to wheat flour and vegetable oil for the first and second quarters of 2024. The presentation was on the compliance of the manufacturers to the stipulated fortification. Feedback on the ECOWAS regional meeting on Food Fortification Alliance in West Africa held in March 2024 was also given. Another report given was on the Digital Fortification Quality Traceability Plus project.
So the first thing is that we have the platform developed, which was done with inputs from all stakeholders, and it is being hosted presently by May 1. It's hosted in country. And we have management briefings with the 3 regulatory agencies as the piloting producers. Yeah. So also for our support for the pilot producers for the product identifier, that's the global location number. Upper and peers and PZ already have this, and we're working with Sunola on obtaining this. Upper and peers and PZ have also started live data upload and data sharing. We had user engagement sessions with...
This is where we wrap up this edition of NAFDAC and Your Health. Another very enlightening package will come your way again next week. If you have any information that could help NAFDAC in its war against unwholesome food products, drugs, cosmetics, and medical equipment, please reach out to NAFDAC.
You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded.
Remember that it is criminal to import, produce, distribute, market, advertise, or sell unwholesome food products, drugs, cosmetics, and medical equipment. Do not engage in these acts, and please endeavor to report those who engage in them. Till we meet again next week, stay safe.